Hey, what's up, guys? Big Man Savage Dan back with another Nintendo Switch unboxing. Today I have the Double Dragon Collection, the Collector's Edition. And I found this one on Video Games Plus, one of my go-to websites, probably my main go-to website since I moved here to Canada. Uh, but yeah, they just always do a really good job. Uh, if you spend $75, I believe, here in Canada anyway, I'm not sure if it's the same for US. You get free shipping, so that's always nice, and it's always in a box, so even better, especially when you got stuff like this, big collector's editions. So I just want to get into it as I'm talking here. Came with a nice little protective baggie, and it's wrapped in cellophane as well. But man, this thing looks really sweet. It's a lot thicker cardboard than I anticipated. Watched a few online unboxing videos, but I don't know, for some reason that kind of didn't really pay attention to how thick the box cardboard was, but it looks really cool. Includes 6 games, 2 Game Boy Advance games, and 4 original Nintendo games. Or actually 3. I don't know if this was ever actually released for the regular Nintendo or the original Nintendo, but it was released later, and it does have 8-bit style graphics, so might as well say it's a Nintendo game. But yeah, you get Double Dragon Advance, Super Double Dragon. Sorry, that's not a Game Boy Advance game. That's a Super Nintendo game. Then you get Double Dragon 4, like I just mentioned. It's the most recently released. And then you get the original Double Dragon 1, 2, and 3 for the NES. So, let's just get this thing opened up and see what all's inside. As always, VGP sends the little sticker. But yeah, let's get this opened up. So I cheated and got a little hole started here. Just don't want to fumble around too much, waste you guys' time. As always, I do appreciate you watching my videos. If you guys want to grab a copy of this game, I didn't realize it was still available, but like I said, found this one on Video Games Plus, and they did have 5 or 6 more available at the time I purchased this just last week. Take one more look at it without the glare of the plastic there. But yeah, just super high quality outer box here. Super happy with that. And let's see if I can figure out how to get into this thing. I don't think it opens up like a normal box. Let's see here. Let me figure it out and I will continue the video. All right, got a sneaky little magnet latch on the side. So you just pull this side up. Super cool. Check that out. First thing we're greeted with is the Double Dragon action figures. Willie Lee and Jimmy Lee, the Double Dragons. I'm glad they got the hair colors right. I don't know why that always bugs me in the later games. They would always switch the hair color. I guess they could have dyed their hair, who knows. But yeah, I'm definitely not gonna open these. I think they looked super cool displayed in the packaging. And anytime I ever opened up action figures in the past, I always regretted it. But yeah, that looks really awesome. Super cool. Just set that aside for now. I'll pan out here once it gets too much to keep everything on the screen. You got a nice little display case here. There's the game itself. We'll open that here after we look it through everything. The only thing I would have liked to see different with this game is all the games are listed individually once you put it in your Switch. They are all on the game card. So that's what I've read and heard anyway. So that's a plus. But yeah, I don't know. I just like my collections all in one place, like the Castlevania and Contra collection, stuff like that. And this is really cool too. Let's just get a look at this first. Twin Dragons Rise Again in one complete package. 6 classic Double Dragon titles, including the long-awaited Double Dragon Advance, as well as Super Double Dragon, ported for the first time since its original release. And there's Super Double Dragon, Double Dragon Advance, I believe. More Super Double Dragon, and more Double Dragon Advance. So they're proud to get those on the collection. And then this is pretty cool. Pretty excited about this too. It's like a little diorama. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I'll put that together and show it to you guys. But man, just really well packaged here. Almost hate to tear it apart. Just getting to everything. Come on, baby. Background art for the bottom of the box. Kind of cool. We'll set this box to the side here and take a look at this. I'm gonna set this up, but I do like the little display it's in as well. Super cool. Man, so much protection on this stuff. I was about to get worried. I thought it did. I was going to say, I know it includes keychains as well, but they're kind of hidden underneath here. We'll get all this stuff out and take a look at it. All right, guys. I thought that was like another whole sheet of plastic over it, but it was just a small protective piece over the acrylic. But now it's nice and shiny. Looks cool. Looks really cool. I don't really know if there's a reason to take it off the back side. Not really, I don't think. I think there's some on there. Yeah, there is. I'm just gonna peel it off just to make sure we get the full effect of, I don't know, the transparency and the shininess once it's displayed. Yeah, that looks really cool. Let's just set it to the side for now. Everything else. And you got the individual characters and the base. Then there's those keychains. Those are so cool. I actually want to like put these on my keys. Like I don't want to just leave them in the plastic. I've been thinking about getting one of these for a long time. Every time I go to this local game store, they have these things, but I'm like never interested in any of the games that they have. But yeah, I'll get these all taken out piece by piece here. And everything is displayed so nice. Almost hate to like take it all apart. That's the point. These all have little protective plastics over them as well. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing in this video. There's one enemy. Pretty sweet, nice and detailed. Just have protective plastic on it as well. I see a fast forward coming in this video. Not really sure if it matters who goes where. yeah, I'll get these all set up and peeled out, and let's take a look at these a little closer. Looks like the Game Boy Advance cartridge. Just a shell, but super cool. Double Dragon 2. And Super Double Dragon. Pretty cool game. Pretty detailed. Yeah, back to the diorama here. It's so hard to get this stuff out. Look at Billy Lee. And yes, there is plastic on both sides, so I think if you want it to truly shine, you got to peel it off both sides. All right, this is the last one I'll open, and then we'll cut the video to the actual thing put together here. So yeah, it just occurred to me, like with these guys being double-sided, you could spin it either way to set it up how you want. So I feel like they're just as detailed on both sides. So that's pretty sweet. So I could have two guys coming from this way if I wanted. And these are really tight fits, but I guess that's a good thing. You kind of get the idea though. It's coming together here. And it's just so shiny. You can see the reflections off the street. That looks really cool. Last but not least, we got to get Jimmy. So yeah, you can spin it either way, I guess. And set it up however you want. Super cool. And just to get technical, there's what I mean about the hair. Like they got the hair reversed on Super Double Dragon. So you could either play that out two ways. You could say they changed clothes or they just dyed their hair. I don't know. I just think it's funny how they changed them back and forth. It's the only one that's not, sorry, focus here. The only one that's not, I mean, it's letters, so can't really reverse that from both sides, or, you know what I mean? Can't really. Can't really be spelled the right way from both sides is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's the only one that's so you have to put it this way, obviously. Oh, that's for the back. I'm putting it up. I'm doing it all backwards. Such an idiot. So I'd rather have this guy kind of in the background. And the Dragon Brothers more visible. So now we can put the back on. Well, I'll get that in there better, but you get the idea. Super, super cool. Just gonna set that on top of one of my arcade machines upstairs, and I'll give you guys another look at that once I get it up there. I want to get all these pieces in place a little better too. All right, guys, last but not least, let's get the game opened up here. Gotta say, this is one of the cooler collector's editions I've ever picked up. Super happy with it so far. And I don't know, I just can't get over the box. I love how it's a magnet latching box. And the only other gripe I have about this entire collection is probably going to be just like everyone else's. I wish they would have included the arcade games, Double Dragon 1 and 2. That would have made it complete in my opinion. But it's really cool to get all the console releases anyway. Or, you know, at least most of the original ones. There was also, you know, the Double Dragon Battletoads. So we got a nice reversible cover here. If you like that Double Dragon 2 box art, you can switch that around. But I think I like this one. I don't know. We get the, you know, that on the big box. So quick look at the card a little bit closer here. But yeah, it is cool that you have the option to spin that around if you want to have that for your cover. I don't know, I just like this one because it looks like an official, you know, it's got the information and all that on the back. So, and yeah, like I said, we get the big box art is the same. Flip through the book really quick. I like to show you guys everything on my unboxing videos. Try to keep it where you guys could read it if you actually wanted to. If I can get the focus to work here. You can never tell if it's just my eyes or the camera. So funny. They got the Bimmy and Jimmy art there. But yeah, if you guys want to read all this, just pause the video and hopefully you can see that well enough. So you got Double Dragon 1, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. I remember me and my brother as kids, we were so bummed you couldn't play the first one with co-op. You can only play it, it's only a single player game. But then they added co-op in part 2. But that game was just hard, man. I don't know if I ever did beat 2 or 3 actually. It was also co-op. And Super Double Dragon was co-op for Super Nintendo. And Double Dragon Advance. This one was actually closest to the arcade. And it's funny, it had the best well, yeah, I don't know. I would say it probably had the best graphics in my opinion over the Super Nintendo version. And the lost fourth game. With hindsight, it turned out that Super Double Dragon was not Double Dragon 4 at all. This game was released as recently as 2017, but is heavily inspired by Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. That's cool. I didn't know if it was an original game. made years later, or if they made it back in the day. You can tell a lot of love went into this collector's edition though. Super sweet. Little timeline. And yeah, that's it, guys. So all in all, super happy with this. Now we can just play the games and enjoy them on our Nintendo Switch. One last look at everything, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. So here it is, guys, sitting on top of my Neo Geo MBSX. I just thought it'd make a really cool arcade topper. And that box is cool, so I just put it up there as well. Got some Double Dragon arcade in the background. Would have been awesome if they could have included that in the set, but we'll take the Nintendo games. They're still cool too. All right, guys. I'm actually gonna call it a video this time, I promise. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.